everybody, Chris J. from Bluecoat Foundation. On this podcast episode, I bring an old interview where we sat down with the whole team of Project Endure 2, Road to Newman, and we spoke about our experience as a volunteer team heading from Los Angeles to Newman, California. It's not interview incomplete, and we also did some live music. Unfortunately, I can't find that video, but I know it's somewhere on one of my external hard drives, so I'll find it, and I'll put all of it up at some point. But I hope you enjoy this short version of it. It shows the hard work that goes behind being a volunteer team for Project Endure. And also, at the end of it, we put some music by Carol Davis, who actually, her performance there is a live performance, and it's the very first By the Numbers that we did. I believe it was in 2019, January. So I hope you enjoy.
No, not right now. When the music starts.
We're live. Not live. We're just recording. We're
not live right now. Interviews and recap.
Don't inhale it.
Is that your first time, Doc?
Road dog.
Doctor, that's your first time?
Oh, shit. That's right. That's two dislocated shoulders.
Zoom in on that one.
So it's nice to see you guys again. This is very informal. It's getting recorded, not live. It's just for us. We're gonna totally edit it. Edit all the slurs.
There's a lot of
we'll talk shit.
Oh, slurs.
Not those kind of slurs.
Not that kind of slur.
So everything's gonna get edited, so just kind of speak freely. Anyway, I wanted to do this so I could make a documentary, a short
video montage.
Yeah, a short documentary later with some meaning and stuff. So that's pretty much it. So let me just pass the mic around and say what team we are and what we did on the thing, and then we'll get it started. I'll just ask a question, and it's on us. It's not on me today. I'm tired of being in charge. So we have the raccoons and the serpents and the warriors. Come on, man.
Okay,
We're the serpents. So we'll start here.
How about you just say your name?
No, just whatever you want. Who are you?
Did you call her a serpent?
Yes, she's a serpent.
Excuse me.
I'm Natalie, and I was on the serpent.
So mature. There you go.
Or you could just talk loud. You could just
Andrew's
talk loud.
part of the what part of the team is Andrew?
Andrew is
Is he the warrior team?
No.
I don't know what he is. He's on his own team.
So what are we saying?
I'll
Your
pay
name
for
or
the other.
what's part of the team? Your name?
My name is Boris Palomino. I was part of the raccoon part-time, missed one day, and I really regret not being there the last day. So I got a lot to make up for.
Yeah. You do.
Step down on Jeff.
I'm Jeff again. I was on the raccoon team.
No, you weren't.
No, you
Yeah,
weren't.
he was. He was with me.
Jesus.
He was my road dog.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think I was on the raccoon team.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yes.
Let's go, guys. Shh. Wow, that's really loud. Shad Stilkey, I was also part of the raccoons, along with these guys next to me.
Everyone else is saying. There you go.
My name is Brad Stilkey. I was part of the raccoon team along with these guys.
My name is Matt Vioso. I have no idea what animal team I was on. I rode day 3 into Newman.
Starts with vanilla.
I'm April Carl, and I was the running from the dogs team. Riding from the dogs. I'm Sarah Medina. I was part of the raccoon team.
Yeah.
You raccoon.
That's right.
There's children here.
I don't know what's going on here,
Not yet.
but I was part of the sport team.
Shoo!
I drove for 2 days.
Yeah. What was that team called? You had a name?
The serpents.
The Serpents.
Who's the warrior team?
That's
The warriors are
I
on
don't know what a serpent is.
That's Suna snake.
So let's just.
In the sea?
It's a snake.
In the sea or where?
On the ground.
So let's just start.
I think a serpent is in the sea, right?
Yeah, sure.
No, it's just a snake. It's
Oh,
not
because
in the
there's no
sea.
snakes in the sea. Okay, my bad.
We're gonna start with the warriors here, and then I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and just ask somebody else a question and pass it on, all right?
So for the both of you guys, tell us about the freaking vicious dogs.
So my strategy was just be the fastest rider.
Why?
There was multiple times throughout the ride where there was dogs chasing us, and there was dogs from wolves to chihuahuas. And I think the strategy was we had Big John in the truck.
That's right.
And,
Love you, buddy.
And he had some bear spray.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had some spray that
Oh my God.
repelled these dogs, and he would just call out, "Hey, dog," and we would just pedal our ass off. Honestly, that was it. And that was the key to get away from these vicious beasts that were trying to chase us down.
April? Oh, you know what? Tell us about your shoulder incident.
Oh, I didn't think that was gonna come up.
Oh, the shoulder. God, I knew this was gonna come up.
My
Okay.
nickname for you, by the way, is Lethal Weapon.
Awesome. Doesn't help at all. Thanks. So we're going into the last leg, and everyone's watching. The ride out song is going. The mayor
Yep.
The mayor is there. Instagram Live,
Yep.
Facebook Live. Everyone's looking. I clip my right foot in, and I lose my balance, and I panic, and Matt's to my right, and I'm like, I'm going down, and I just kind of lean into him thinking, he's a big guy, he'll save me.
So it's Matt's fault.
He didn't save me.
He didn't save me.
So I fell into him somehow and dislocated my right shoulder, and I yelled some profanities because it hurt a lot. And then I figured, well, I can do one of two things. I can either put it in or I can not ride. And so I popped it back in, and then I clipped my other foot in, and we rode. And I didn't feel it until we were done.
Who saw
Totally
it?
normal.
Who saw it happen?
Wow.
You saw it
Wow.
happen?
Yeah.
Can you
I didn't see it happen, but I saw the aftermath.
tell us about it, dude?
No, I think
I missed it.
Shaq's dad was the one that pulled her arm out of the socket.
I was in front of the riders, and I'm going to use the term battle cry
Hey.
because I heard it, and it was behind me. I was in charge at that point of Facebook Live, but I had yet to start the recording. I believe there were people in front of us that were recording. So when I heard the battle cry behind me, I immediately turned around and I looked at her. I can tell she was definitely struggling with some type of pain, not realizing exactly what happened. It looked like she was kind of standing up from what could have been a fall. And then I looked at her shoulder and I saw a plum size something sitting on there. And I remember looking at it and going, holy shit, that looks painful. Are you okay? And then in the same breath that I'm trying to talk to her, she ends up cracking it and doing whatever she had to do to adjust it to get back into place. And I physically saw the lump from this size go back to the normal size shoulder. And I almost fainted after hearing her scream, her secondary battle cry. And that thing popped into, and everybody around me that was now behind me, I believe some of them might have been filming. We have yet to see that film. I remember people screaming. I remember oh my God, I remember hearing all these crazy things and not really understanding or realizing what that was. Kind of reached my hand out and I went to go put my hand on her shoulder to try to console her and say, hey, it's okay, let me get some ice for you. And there may have been some profanities and may have been some get the hell away from me's or something to those lines.
Really?
And she said, let's go, Andrew, let's go, go, go. And then they all took off. And then that's when I started filming. And I remember thinking to myself, did I really just experience that? Holy crap. And that's where I think maybe on Facebook Live.
Back on?
Oh, that was me. That's
Okay.
right, I forgot about that. So, yeah, her I don't know how that all happened, but she couldn't ride her bike because the chain wasn't connected. And she's like, somebody needs to fix my bike. So I jumped down there, reconnected her chain. They all took off. I actually totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I don't know why. I remember later on looking at my hands, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my hands? I got black shit all over my hands.
All I wanted to do was get out
What the hell
there.
happened? Was I digging in a trench?
Were you in
I
pain
totally
or were you
forgot about
embarrassed?
that.
So embarrassed.
No, keep going, bro.
That is the
Just
reason.
keep going, bro.
That is the absolute reason why we're out here, because I know that I could not have done that. I would have cried like a baby, gone into the RV, got some ice, and probably slept it off for a few hours with some motion or something. But you jump back on your bike, you guys took off, and I remember at that point, like I said, Chris, he gave me the Facebook Live instructions, and I remember hitting the record button and actually starting to try to detail some of what I just experienced. And I didn't have the words, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell just happened. I just saw some Lethal Weapon shit. I don't know if that chick knows Mel Gibson or not, or if that's all staged.
I just want to know.
That girl, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't know because we hadn't discussed it because you guys took off so quickly. But it looked like you had re-engaged what looked like a dislocated shoulder, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so you guys all took off. I'm like, I don't know, guys. There was some huge ass thing sticking out of her shoulder. I believe it was a dislocated shoulder. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea. Pretty sure she handled it, and they're gone.
April, you were
They're
embarrassed,
gone.
but everybody was like, "What a fucking badass."
Yeah.
I couldn't take that thing.
That's exactly.
There's no doubt that the amount of people that were out there was probably 50, 60, 70 people out there. We had talked about that for at least 20 minutes after you guys left.
Well, there was no way that I was going to stop riding. Yeah, there was no way. There was nothing that would have stopped me at that point, including a dislocated shoulder. No, I wasn't going to stop. I mean, what, we had like another 30-ish miles?
Yeah, a little under, like
After-
26, 27 or something, right?
Yeah, after, how many had we gone? Like 80?
Like 24.
We were like 5 miles in, and I was like, oh, I'm so into it.
Want to ask any? It's like spin the bottle, truth or dare. Ask somebody else a question.
That's escalating.
Okay, so Andrew,
Yeah.
at one point,
That's the game we're playing tonight, huh? There's children here, bro.
before we stopped at the second stop, like maybe 10 miles to go, you say, hey, April, I need you to talk to me right now. What was going on at that point?
Wow, that's a pretty good one. I think at that point I had lost like all my faculties. I think I remember before I asked you to talk to me, I was asking Matt, like, hey man, am I gonna make it, man? Like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, because I was gassed out. I was done. I was exhausted. And I thought to myself, like, if April just talks to me, maybe it can kind of distract me from like the intense pain that I was experiencing, because I was hurting really good. You know, at that point I had already been super dehydrated. I think nothing that I was eating or drinking was staying in. I could feel like all the fluids just sloshing around in my stomach. I wasn't able to take anything in. Like, I was drinking and eating, and I was not getting any energy. So I knew that it was like the last few miles out. In my mind, I was like, I'm not gonna make it. So I think that what I was trying to get was you to talk to me to kind of reassure me that I could make it. You know what I mean? I think that even if I was alone, I'd have thought about like how big this was, and I wouldn't have stopped, but it would have taken me a lot longer. So I think I was wanting you to tell me that I could, reassure me, and just kind of confirm that there's nothing that's gonna make me stop. You know what I mean? So that's what was going through my head, amongst other things. But that was why I asked that, you know, to do that for me.
Sweet, dude.
Question for
You
somebody
should.
else.
Question for somebody else.
Motherfuckers on the spot.
Yeah. So Natalie.
Back down, volleyball right here.
So I remember at one point we were coming up those Tehachapis where the wind farm was.
Oh yeah.
And I remember like dodging trucks and cars.
Oh my god.
To try to get momentum, to try to come back up. And I remember looking back, and I remember Chris's head was down. I think Natalie was driving. But Natalie, you had this look on your face, and I just want you to share with the group what that look was, because it was fucking frightening. So what was that look?
I think I was just terrified for you. I've never experienced somebody do something like that, and I think we were both just like so anxious, and I've never seen anybody experience that kind of pain either, and you just were not giving up. It would have been easy for you to get off the bike and walk up the hill, but you were dodging trucks, and I almost hit you a couple times. So.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that's where I just like, it's like, okay, we're doing this. This is what we're gonna finish, and yeah, it was terror mostly.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Okay, your turn. You gotta ask a question.
So Chris, how do you feel now that Ender was completed successfully?
He said, you didn't prepare me for this question.
There's not that much time.
Talk for 2 hours.
You know what, like, during the whole thing, I saw everybody working so hard, and I saw not just working hard, hustling, go, 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 and me like barking orders, and people crying from emotion, people in pain, people texting home, texting their wives, like, you know, in the middle of stuff. Like, who knows what they're texting their wives about, like something about probably kids are sick, and right back on it. You know, people, and then a lot of it, I saw Andrew in so much pain as he was going up to Tehatrapies. So throughout the whole thing, I felt really, really, really guilty. Because I feel like you know, we all have good intentions, and I feel like I had good intentions creating this project Endure. But when I saw everybody just kind of, not just that they were working hard, but they were like calling home, crying, screaming in pain, or just quietly just like, holy shit, like just watching you, or I don't know where we were, where an LAPD officer's cousin, I think, came up and you wrote her name.
Corcoran.
In Corcoran, you know, just seeing all this.
Ramirez.
Yes, I'm sorry.
SP Ramirez?
Yeah. So seeing all this, and when I saw everybody kind of emotional, and I saw you in pain, every pedal you were just wincing. Nobody else saw that, and you look at me and shake your head no. I really felt sincere, like, guilt. That it's almost like I caused that on you.
You did.
Thank you. I caused that on everybody. So after the whole thing was over, there was a whole lot of things to do. I mean, my tiny studio apartment is still filled with all the Project Endure stuff, as you guys saw the other day when we were practicing. But I don't care. I just wanted everybody to equalize with their emotions. I wanted Andrew to get better. You know, we had 2 team members who were personally affected by fallen officers, and I'm sure that affected them a lot, and I just wanted them to also equalize. So to answer your question, how I feel after, I'm hoping that everybody, I'm hoping that emotion and that pain helped everybody get stronger individually. And I could just hope for that, right? And but I know we affected a lot of people in the Central Valley. So that's how I feel at the end.
That's good. Well said. So your turn. You gotta ask Rich a question.
Do you want me to direct it to Rich?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
I thought I was coming to smoke a cigar, bro. I just here for the beer. What just happened?
So I want to ask Boris.
Yes, sir.
He said, "Don't ask Boris a question."
When you were making that coffee, you had such a serious face, like, who needs a coffee? Tell me about your coffee skills.
Did you fuck it up?
No, he didn't.
Greatest coffee.
Like, that coffee is awesome.
Wait a minute.
It's like water for chocolate. It feels like.
Oh,
Like
now you're talking.
Okay, well, in that movie, there was other side effects. Which I don't know if that happened with the coffee, but I'm glad I didn't.
We'll talk about that off camera.
Okay, good. That wasn't my intention. It was mainly the caffeine, but everything else, that's beyond my... It's funny that you say that, because when I read Natalie's story, the coffee thing, I'm like, I made coffee.
It's a big deal, though.
You know, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but it reminded me, I don't know if you guys seen Gone in 60 Seconds, when the younger son is being introduced, the younger brother is being introduced to the old crew, and then there's this random guy, and they're like, well, what's Fred? What's his skill? And they go, Fred orders the best pizza ever. And that's how I felt with the whole coffee thing. I'm like,
best coffee ever.
I'm like, okay. But no, to me, in all seriousness, I was there to support. Whatever you guys asked me to do, I was going to do it.
Now you tell me.
You know. well, not anymore.
Oh. Not anymore.
There's certain jobs that I would not take away from Chris.
Okay, well.
So, keep that in mind.
All right,
after the cameras are done, we can talk about that. No, but honestly, anything you guys needed me to do, I was there to do for you guys. Whether it's coffee, waters, whatever. I knew that when you were coming in, we had to make sure you were our priority. Whatever you needed, that was our #1 priority.
You hear this?
All the warriors, that was our priority, to get him through it all. We knew his pain, we knew his sacrifice, we knew what he was going through. And whatever it took from us to get it done, we were gonna get it done. It wasn't just my coffee, it was a team effort. So there was, I know it's cliche-ish, there is no I in team. So we all pulled together, we all put everything aside, and we made it happen.
There's no iron coffee.
That's right, there isn't.
There is no hand coffee.
Your turn.
My next question is for, actually, my partner, Jeff.
Ciao.
Raccoons in the house.
What was going through your mind the 2 days that we spent together?
Well, come
Oh,
on.
no! I don't know who's gonna go there. No.
They're roomies.
Like this whole time.
Did you touch him? He touched him. Jeff, did he touch you?
Who's the big spoon? Who's the big spoon? Who's the little spoon?
No, but no, honest, like
Hey, we
were like
real quick right now.
perfect strangers.
Oh, God.
Like we get there.
They were.
No, we were. Never met before.
This isn't Pretty Woman, right?
No, and it's like we were riding together for a whole day, 2 days actually. What was going through your mind this whole time? You're like with this freaking strange dude in this random car in the middle of freaking nowhere. What was going through your mind in all this? Because like when Shed told me, you're like, oh, you're gonna be riding with Jeff. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. So I mean, what was going through your mind and all of that? And then once we got going and we got in gear, did anything change, or what was your mindset the whole time?
Wow. So we started out at what time? Like 4 o'clock in the morning, really early. I think the majority of us had only a few hours of sleep.
Hour and a half.
So to be honest,
If that.
going through my head was like, I just want to take a nap.
Hey, Jeff, that's deep, bro. That's deep.
So deep.
No, but he's right. Actually, I haven't met a lot of you guys on the team. I'm only familiar with maybe a couple people here. And, with Boris, it was easy going, really. Like, when I hopped in this car and we were just doing, like, these side missions, trying to get the GoPro to Chris, or trying to get food for the team. It was just like, we both had the same goal in mind and just want to get it done. And like he said before, whatever the team needed, we were there to try and accomplish that mission. And since we all were, in the same mindset, it was really easy to get along. I think I knew in the first hour of just chatting in the car with Morris here, like, yeah, I think that this guy is on the same team. Like, we're headed to the same goal and we're ready to do whatever needs to be done. So after that, once I figured that out about you, I was like, we're cool.
Sure.
And plus, like, he didn't mind my
More
snoring.
balls of brain.
What was that?
He didn't mind my snoring.
Oh, you snore?
No, this guy does.
Oh, you didn't mind your snoring. Oh, got it.
I filmed it too.
I'm putting
No, I didn't. I'm just
I'm putting that in the video. You're Jamil.
My second question is, so Boris was my my partner for the first 2 days, and then he got swapped out by somebody else. And we had another mission that was very dangerous, and she was the driver of this mission, and we had to, what was it? We had to get Andrew's water bottle because he left it in the RV.
Thanks, Andrew. That's awesome.
So yeah. So we left the RV, and I was wondering what was going through your head trying to speed towards Andrew and his team to get his water bottle, because that was some hardcore shit. It was badass.
Hey, this isn't a swap party. Just
This
just got real.
For the record, no swap party. All right?
They're outnumbered.
There's children. There's kids. Hey, there's kids here too. But they don't swap.
I think it's a.
Okay.
Look, they're not even the same. Yeah, they're Shad's kids. They're fine.
Don't worry about my kids, dude.
They're eating watermelon.
They know it's up. Oh, my 3-year-old drops F-bombs already.
Oh, God.
I'm not proud of it.
Sarah.
I wonder where we learned it from.
You don't have to use them.
You don't have to. Just you don't have to.
Yeah, you
Not
do.
loud enough?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Use your big girl voice.
That was pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
That was the last leg, the very last leg. I think you had been gone maybe 5 minutes, and I see this water bottle on the chair.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I remember you had asked for, I think, a packet from Angel. I think some hydration packet, and I saw somebody doing it for you, so I'm like, that's Andrew. And I think I asked one of the guys who did it, and they said it's Andrew's. I texted him, and he says we need it. I'm like, haha, funny. He's like, you need to bring it. I was like, you're funny.
Like he might die.
Yeah.
I'm not a funny guy.
I think we got April
I don't have jokes,
dislocating
bro.
her shoulder.
Yeah.
That was the same stop.
Brad was like, I remember your reaction after you guys rode away. He turned around and he was just like, holy shit.
We have kids. They're back there.
They don't care. They don't care.
And
They're
so
good, man.
He said, no, you need to bring it. You need to find us. You need to bring it. And it just was awesome. And I was like, you find it. I'm driving. And it was just very
I was scared.
Yeah. I kind of was too, to be honest.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah, I don't normally drive like that.
Okay, good.
I don't. But I figured we got to get it to him. You know, it's part of what we're here for. And thank God we did it alive. Made it.
That's funny. I didn't even know anything about that.
It was fun. It was fun. But then he kind of scared me because he told me about the, well, actually, I'm going to pass it back to you. I'm going to pass it back to Nat. Oh. Because I want to hear about the story where you almost got killed in trying to...
Actually, that's my story.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Actually, I almost got killed.
Actually, all 3 of us almost got killed.
Hey, it's not about you, bro.
Probably like 5 or 6.
I'm pretty sure the entire crew almost died once.
Oh, you almost died too.
Who knows that story?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it back to you.
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Why me?
you told it really good earlier.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Excuse me, sir. Boris is back. Boris is back.
I'm back. Because the camera loves me.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it
You're right. I
does.
almost shot
So,
I almost shot-
Chris
I almost
gives
shot my
me
cousin.
the job of filming with the GoPro. So I'm driving and I give it to him.
Oh my God.
And I tell him, I said, hey, you know what? Well, the plan was we'll film when they leave, then we'll film passing them. We'll pull over to the side and we'll wait for them to go by and we'll hand you the GoPro. Well, that was the plan between Jeff and I. They didn't know that. They didn't even know the car that we were driving.
This is day one. It was a sound
Georgia, the whole on my mind. I said, Georgia,